Rangers eko Sukuru Sarakoglu Stadium eko wini 3-1 nti na omo tenafie na omo ni Jose Mourinho ene ne mrantie na po Tottenham anso elusui edema AZ Akma 1-0 ono so betenafie na fe wasanso ahwese obetimi atene resource no na no makoyi edi amana na meka Chelsea game no ho asem on FC Copenhagen ho chenko na fe so yemfa Chelsea for no training no na yehwese de ho nsem sitie.
Okay, now tempo, guys. Yes. Yes. Hey, yes. 1, 2. Right, you guys, 1, 2. Victor, no, Victor, you say you're from 7 Yes. The other side. Yes. Repeat. Yes. Right. That. 1, 2. And go. No, Victor, think.
Ano Chelsea for no oma ho boaboa no na eguso Chelsea next season no JC amepacho aba ponten a likely say Chelsea for no be use any until this season there no na time dies na next season so no and so ebeye until we Chelsea for Keta mepacho ye hwe ani say next season no omo ebe use training so there can obi until training general na there say titi asset form no fantastic until modi we betime twa warm up bi ho na afi makwa akoshe ba kono ade atwi na manfo se we no kra ye kama warm up de no eya ye kama kra cha jesi na nkasa ha de da form no fantastic fe no ma me na ye hwe amanfo se we no kra ye kama ade cha jesi na nkasa na me say Chelsea for no say mintimi woni ha mu odwe ho a on sheda entiase na ye free kit no ma na ye nko maba football mu kakra na me say Chelsea ni Manchester City of late omo any two teams are WSL ni mu a aniema ekoye dema omo na me pacho 12 days ewo ho a from this next month or konom some 12 days be and so be very defining aniema two teams way and am so ombebo League Cup game ombebo WSL no masan so share Champions League nim nti wa obe win this games way ebe cement superiority and so aniema team no yenko Arsenal ni Madrid for camp na fe yenhwe no my free oba me pacho Arsenal and Real Madrid ebe share o maba o Champions League nim na o masan so share o mema ne tie nim nti we no mani memani nyina hwan ana ehye ne yonko na fe wo progress ade akona ni mamamfo se mani tie ne de ebetimi aye fala banana skin ade ama Arsenal ho betimi akɔhye na mema ne tie no ɛho na nsɛm ne nyina enso akɔ gina na Champions League no ma yenhwɛ bracket so far teams ben kra ane hwanom ene ehia na brepam yebɛgye pre na yɛti hu nkomopi Aston Villa ebo Paris Saint-Germain sanso na Arsenal ane Real Madrid bɛpo Barcelona ebebo Borussia Dortmund na face Inter Milan and so Asia Bayern Munich team no enti ano aye games ahodo a ebeba so Champions League nim na game ba kwa nkofo se ehwe ni mu pa no aye PSG ne Aston Villa sa eba ne se quality obi a wopi eno achi obi anso ani abre this season se obetimi akonanim ama niam anso akoye ade ama no na se Raheem Sterling uko Champions League nim a washe 27 goals aye 18 assists with 45 goal involvement in Premier League and I say England former players David Beckham, Harry Kane, and I face Wayne Rooney, Omumi and Sape, and more goals and assists, and also say goal contribution combined. And so Eddie Cheurana, did he at Raheem Shaquille Sterling, and no Sterling, so no common, and I met him some amount of fella Mendy Abra, who himself now the Sasa Sayas for Muko Kuprai. Na eno anso nya baba ya rehosem na yesemanti we pe na otena fie nti after international break obesa aba be nkum so na wasa aba be fie nti eno aye fella Mendy ono so ne nkomo eno no na Julian Alvarez ne penalty no amanfo se omonte ase so enye ebi se ball ne kan na ba ko ebi nso se ankane nan ama akoye nsampi na me patro Atletico Madrid for contacting UEFA ebisa UEFA se na saadie we no se na tie ball no monhwɛ mu maye bi enam se ye twen ho ayente ase na UEFA anso ade statement ama Atletico Madrid for no na statement a UEFA de pa na make kind amawa Almost say Atletico inquired with UEFA over the incident, which led to the disallowance of the kick from the penalty mark taken by Julian Alvarez at the end of yesterday's UEFA Champions League game against Real Madrid. Although minimal, the player made contact with the ball using his tandem foot before taking it, shown in the video clip. I say under the current rule, the VAR had to call the referee, signaling that that goal should be disallowed. UEFA will enter discussions with FIFA and IFAB to determine whether the rule should be reviewed in cases where a double touch is clearly unintentional. Until way a statement me pacho UEFA for and so a Sunday Edima Atletico Madrid na say UEFA say penalty no abrantia na epomu and Sakra and also so edin nimfa no apo nti na say double touch nti Fibia ni ho say Simon Masiniak and so anyi go no per statement me kan ere ema ho no na yenko France na yenhwe omo squad aba bonten Didier Deschamps and diaba na yentime ensisi ni nyina so mfa ma ho Adam say mre no enhye na nim na mo Mike Menyon ho ono Milan goalkeeper isusu se ono ana ebe start here na me patrol Lucas Dinya asa wura mu bio akwa onyini da o na ono ndi ewo mu bi sanso na Jonathan Klaus enso ewo mu na ubenya Theo Hernandez a di apie mu bi Ibrahima Konate wankobia ankaye ntiase Jules Kounde Benjamin Pavard William Saliba na afe Dayo Upamecano wemo defenders a omutin ekọ mu bie afe ukomedewa ubenya guys ne pi Eduardo Camavinga Sanso ana Guendouzi ana fesu Kone Rabiot Chouameni ana fesu Warren Zai Emery ono so di wo Kylian Mbappe eka ho Sanso ana Michael Olise Marcus Thuram enso di wom Randal Kolo Muanemo omunyina players a omudi PM bi na coach na confirm say Mbappe be koso team captains amba no enso ade ama team na be counsem ade a kire wo na Sehu Gurasi this season in the Champions League no me pacho wenya 14 goal involvement 10 goals 4 assists and a diama Borussia Dortmund na sa African player bia wabo Champions League na the goal involvement no wasoro no me pacho say wa betai with Mohamed Salah Gali 2017-2018 season no Salah enya 14 goal involvement afi Sehu Gurasi nso enya 14 nanso still oraso games ni bipo into the possibility say owura no ebetimi I standing no enso e was very high man Germany for omonso squad na yeni hu nkomo eno aye goalkeepers no omo aye Oliver Baumann di wom Alexander Nobel onim go dapa Samson Stefan Ortega Moreno Shannon some Manuel Neuer apira Samson Mark Andrea ter Stegen enso apira enti goalkeepers mi ensan na Germany for ton sa from say omumra no mumeye adwuma no emfam omko akirewa be pacho Jan Bisek enso edi wom Joshua Kimmich Robin Koch Maximilian Mittelstadt Samson David Raum Antonio Rudiger Nico Schlotterbeck and Jonathan Tah omo any players a be pacho omudin apie team nim na Karim Adeyemi wom fimfi Sanso na Nadiem Amir enso ewom Robert Andrich Leon Goretzka Pascal Gross Sanso ana Shemi Lewelin ono so di ewo bi Jamal Musiala Leroy Sané ana Angelo Stiller we mu players a be pacho omudin apiepiem na nipa ba ko a di dia sa boma ehunu ye Dennis Undav sa no matter we bia obobia no eye dan a wanyin sign still omode mokosoro nkwade a obesa bana obaba be bobi ukom Milan na weekend yi omo okomo ebo na players no ni coaches no nsana nsania man koye enso enfama Milan na ni bre Christian Pulisic come on ana fesu Ruben Loftus-Cheek enti Chelsea next no how the training association ano I Milan for no training a omo ye for weekend yi games no ana yaka honsam enso ade achewo no na okọ Atletico Madrid Antoine Griezmann I hold upon the ball na tie ne say player no ebetimi akọ MLS nim na wakọ dini juma na Atletico for ne say Antoine Griezmann beko dia na ne Paulo Dybala Bruno Paulo Ezekiel Dybala ono any player omo hwe ni mu so omo de ne beba be hye mfimfi wo na fesu oba be pia atiase centro campista no na chese o linkesa no twitwa passes no ko benkum ni fasa na ne ekoye ntia no eye Bruno Paulo Ezequiel Dybala on also to Atletico Madrid no news asha a Kenny grounds yeah they see her now so afisem and a sports premier atwaso at the amount.
Well, thank you very much. Foreign stories no yeah kwakugu yeah cut straight now Osman Eddie. The local stories no atwaso mo Jeffers Smith shining peak houses at Darama Osman.
Present
Some na yanko afisem.
Afisem ne bane mu yen sha ase emfa free Africa na ni nkomo akra wa Africa na yen sha ase emfa Abrantia 19 years. Abrantia fans asane diao na osi akama club efe ne komo na ultimate sampa na modi if adomo kwa adomo pa so far 10 games 5 goals na Abrantia na wa she eno na Spain for to musa fans nke be anko mesi akan fo mo so da bi obekọ na nchi kuntunu hia ne nchi na ekọ Senegal hono akopia ne no Senegal for club e ba bonte na Abrantia ye fe na asane dia o kan ho bia ne no medi nkomo e dia ma o ewo djumade so na Senegal for asma meguso amekan omo FA boss owura fans Augustin Senghor na onum se o caf da nem no o pray lesson of FIFA so na e ba na wie no enya de so otimi edinkun onya 13 vote na ga wose konya 29 and na ba san no na oye first CAF vice president also resign nyade so betimi ato so abadwuma ka maka bi ma na you know medi honkomo e dia ma ewo dwuma gine so na sa lesson American one asem nipa makoma ko insia course no me pacho wo nyina no oya de se francophone fo nko a na copy obi no na ye bia se anglophone fo no won enya de se na obi atimi copy hobi a na American one asem e dia kiro owura fence e force league ja me pacho Morocco hono wo otimi copy obi ru a ye fence Hani Abdul Rada me pacho no so manya fence Egypt hono copy wo kama pa na no pinfo to ba ma no na nipa makoma ko nsia ne ne a otimi se obi a enso copy obi ne mo no so ban Africa ha na nke hwe no se nke bi obi from bi Nigeria ana occupiers no we fence amade penny kwae no enya da pinfo tim to ba ma na ne no me ka wasem e da kire e wo dwuma gine so yemfa African sensem ne si wa ho ne yempiem Ghana yanka said Ghana Blasters of Ghana games ahudu ayebo World Cup qualify ne mo no utimi sampa no ade ne pa ne mo no yebo 4 matches aka 6 ene ebebo na say ene siti nyame ya aduma 21st Ghana yebo ati omaye fence Chad na ya to 24th no ya bati omaya ya fence Madagascar and two teams games in Canada where yebo before say tina qualify ko pim World Cup ne bi no enya sam kutu akra na 7 game yebo no Ghana ye besa ko pim Chad na ni Chad for na dia ball ni me pato eno a 1st to 9th September 2025 na 7th game no and 8th game no no ya bati Mali e betna krom ha ni aboti Mali 14 sampa enya efedia grokra na 9th game no e bati omanya e fence Central African Republic for no na fe 10th game atna krom ha bo ya bo the team omanya fence e Comoros ntiano de enya hyewe ya pe na ne abobo ya ho na World Cup no Yakubu ma no so atimi akonkan kama e de amaya ne no medi hu nkomo e de amam na GFA Communications Director Mr. Asante Chimwakasa adi afana da ben kwana squad ne ba bontin Ghana squad no amanfo atwa chapa o chem se process no bibia go to ne mu no efin ne akum fia da ne bia na squad no atinya ba bontin.
Before I ever release this squad, there is a process normally I go through for any squad area. I would say informing players, no clubs. After that, also defending at the management committee level. The areas of processes we na BBI here now the squad not to luckily we have exhausted all these processes you know we are sure say we be a child our area or the team no about one thing and so around this time Rihanna yeah one or two resulting in some delays the fact is that weekend players never go you know yeah coaches never go na change anchor weekend matches never few that's will be a bra nanka yantia sembe boys never but
Asante Chum ono yakasama for Edema Ghana Football Association sama na ono yakukuti otem say fin na kopim fiara de na squad naba ntino mo bia empa na kibia ne mo no otim sampa ma be brana de omo de abagana de na de ba na china sa ensensem be bre emra so no na nkofo de ka domasu kosa yemfa won fancy nyame ayadoma weekend si Ghana Premier League match day 24 no e baso otim sampa ko no enyan koda konkra ana medi onkomo e de na Sarah games no e be ko me part of Samatas for bet na fi in Central Sports Arena on board ya Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko you na post for bet na fi o na ajiman badu ne park ne so we na dan chana eno I am match day 20 games no and information after Wednesday day ni no e boy free ho ama normal konkan e de amaye na owura friend say Mr. Yaw Ampa for Ankara so far ona mpinifo aboni somra na omedata January emfama National Sports Authority en two teams ampa na yamana kwa bad ne ba adwuma na de ne pa otimi so ko pressure wo ho ne mom no oso betimi ayenti ono na ban aboni somra na omra medata January emfa ema National Sports Authority aneme council e de acho teams ampa na speech no on the sports minister ne gina ho enti o meka montuma boy na fa adwuma no omaye e de ama Ghana ne no medium komo e de ama e wo adwuma de ne so coach fan Desmond Ofei o coach adma Black Starlight or no osan stand coach adma Blasters of Ghana ebusa ne say na Brian Cass on magisa adwuma den kra and the banity o mi ntensema Desmond Ofei e kan e de fan appointment no.
I got a phone call from Mr. Alex Asante and we had this conversation and it was quite positive. So I had enough time also to process it, and yeah, so it came through the FA, and in a very progressive way, 100%, because I think it's not about me per se, but it's what we have to do.
Desmond Ofei, otimiso na anije by pa bra na yebo ne din somra na me stand from owura fe no to ado timisampa o se be boa no ama no maso akoyi e de ma na o ne coaching career mu ane no medium komo e de ma na yesa busan se obe de kwa na otimi akomma na adwuma mienu yi wo under 20 o san Blasters adwuma na kwa no be dan na waka bo mi enti anu ya o de maye.
Well, luckily it doesn't clash at all because the tournaments with the under 20s doesn't fall in the FIFA window. Apart from that, I really have a really top technical team with under 20, so it's quite positive and yeah, it's easy to combine. No, I think my role is quite simple. My role is to assist the head coach as as best as I can. So for me, it's about hard work and supporting him any level as possible and any areas that we feel like we need to improve on. So yeah, from my side, it's just hard.
Coach Desmond Ofei. Anu yo de ma ye bra ebusa ne se obadwuma no be de no aka mi no abomu no also enya de ebehia se we mu assignment ya sa bre no na we mu so eni bint nya de a ebehia ama anoma konkan pa a na ye di nkomo e de ama e wo dwumadi ne so ene anumre na ye sa ko busa ne se no tim sa kunum e de ne pa e de ama Ghana ya bobe 6 matches ne kunum de no enya de abia ba ama Blasters na de na mo ye a mo taneten sa ran kran mo nim ya na games e de anim ye timi adim kunum mi enti anu ya.
As we all know, it was a very painful moment for us not to qualify for the AFCON this year in Morocco. But we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from the mistakes on and off the pitch, and we feel like we are very hungry to try and rectify the situation. And once again, it's through hard work and through working together. And yeah, so. We are willing to work really hard to rectify those mistakes. First and foremost, I think we have to look at ourselves first because we have enough quality in the squad to make sure that we perform on the day. Yes, of course, we want to also make the Ghanaian fans very proud of us. So it's very important that we give a really good performance against Chad at home. We're going to fight. And it's going to be a
Auntie, hi, Brian Busan said, Dena mo yana ni monim yaron, or more alternatives around my Blasters no chim so. Omo boys na dim komo pa before some be kwa no omo no dim komo so mo ba mo nyira mo ho na afa mu mo emfa ensa o man ni monyam no mo so mo technical team no omo ma fa mu de bia e dey support boys no se na bia so be fa na team pa e dey afra na e Busan said Dena Ghana for expecting fan free mo ho technical team na for playing body na no 2 games a day ni against Chad and for Madagascar no e Dena Ghana for expecting fan free mo.
They should come in abundance. We are playing Accra. Once again, what I can say from our technical side is that we're going to give our 100% on the day, and with their help and support, I'm sure we will make it a very magical evening for us and start the process on qualifying to the World Cup. We'll do everything.
Coach Desmond Ofei, Coach Adma Black Starlight, or assistant coach Adma Blasters of Ghana and 7 and equity team sampa kan se bebre ana ne mama wanya biati yemfa on first near team or Access Bank Division 1 League March day 20 fixtures no say na ebeko nyame aya adoma nipa to was 1A no team sampa kunu bed ne pa na enya sam kuto Northern City for net na fie omo boy club a ye fence RTU na bobo kwa fence wale Calisters for no so na fie abo edetia Victory Club Warriors we games e baso nyankopon aya adoma me da Sunday say ebeko me Port Wapawa Batia was Sorinanti Tamale City for Nafi Omo Batia Club FN Yap FC for no and new games at Basso Zone 1A Yanko PM Zone 1B not Yanko Dink Como FN Flow Yanko Pon Aduma Sene Beko Zone 1B the Timan 11 winners airball or Batia Clubber Yefena Kwesi Ami or Chemesaka Academy a game at Airbus Nyamia Duma Saturday Sunday no Sena games Nebeko Me Porto Woman for Nafi or Batia Doma Unity Nante Timan Liberty to Atnafia Bob Atia di baby and watching club fans at Tano Bofakwa or Tun and Safra Clubber ye fell into Chima Heroes no more born near Nano made you come on Eddie Amount or Jumadine so and Ray young for Division 1 send some fans home now Fian 2 and some from out me part of Krobia Kumasa Santa Kotoko Asante Region Cycles Chairman Mr. Alexander Asarimanu what didn't come on in some Yania said Ora fan sir Polly or Sinan dreams Nyanya say Afre Kotoko e beje trophy bi na fima kwa Africa na sa dream no o man enko west kwa na afu no o me no makon ni pa na fima je trophy na o mda Sinan munyam Sinan bi o so betima kwa Africa na afi o mda show real fence pole na animunyam
na any said this is Kotoko beje a trophy it is a pole wa ya man that agreement team pono nyere enko wesa ko akobasa be pole da no na ni ntimi de enje Metias, I said, I was a car, would be who you. There was that quite be as boy, Bobiano, or say, last Sunday, I ran against Legon, and then I really qualified to the next stage, and one area. Your team point as is Africa. Africans are found who Africa. It is either the league or the FA Cup. What I say, the Bobiano.
Mr. Alexander Asarimano on a cycle summon at the Macrobia Kumasa Santo supporters ya and Asante Region in Samno and Yakuti Chims are free and quite be as a trophy no on Baje Napoleon Medicine when you come up pass and be on us no or Babio Biano and Nibaje or Ama Bianso can come up and made you come at your mom. Now empty FA Cup quarter final on Ra Crobia didn't couldn't say no on a Batia club I found true democracy Utim Sampa a big game in Ebecoso and Yasam Kutuakra Carola Bodetia Golden Kicks and we a game at Ebecoso now attempt the visa Bodetia Park Academy Brekum Chelsea ball Edetia Bechem United where games are Udwa Airbasso or the Chelsea empty FA Cup Numanero medium como Adiamam Jumadineso Blasters player Air Branch fence Abdul Fatau Ishaku also Ghana Fonina saying 2 games a day you may boy tia Chad na Madagascar no obi amfam paibo na fe support mapa emfama ye national team no Ghana
Hi, this is Isaac Abdul Fatau from the Blasters team. I just want to say we have World Cup qualifiers coming, and I just want to say we still need your support, and we are ready to fight for the nation as always, and we still need your support to get the victory, and we hope to see you all in the stadium. Thank you.
Hey, bring back the love.
Way Air Branch fence Abdul Fatau Shaku so Ghana Fonina. Senyami aduma in 2 games a day nim no obi amfa support na fenin pie ball enter national team nachi na intimation ninkun na fe World Cup no Canada ni nyina ntimi ko bikama ema animunyam emra ha ne no meka ade akere ewo dwumagine so enanumre na yenko wie nsem no kra ewa mansam emasam de ya na oya kama pa na de chene say we women's FA Cup no na semi finals na yadru na utim sampa nyame aduma Sunday and 2 games nyina bus first game no 10 a.m. na first second game no 3 p.m. na game no bus Tashi Magan Sports Complex and game no bus one na first game no Root Sisters omot na fi omone Jonina for and bebo na second game no Fet Ladies omabo Eltia Club ye finish Hazakes Ladies enti we any games how do baso a women's FA Cup semi-final games nim anema di nkomo ediamam o Jumadine so ene anumre je fast mixture and afepi caps sadaroma ene tinkunya kese media goodie mu nsam ye di emao bora heba so bia pharmacy bia drugstore bia kwa osime pegi fast ne bia no na ebo pa na aka wasam ediamao mesere o se we oba na hweme na onsabuo no emayi 1 month ubu nsam prensa eba se moja nyina besa oho obabuo ne nsabuo drupe na chese amanfo mfiso yare kekaka bia fiefo nyina fiso yare eba se ha adwene pa obuo ne nsabuo du na me yawo ewom ntino otimi daba ha chese odwu ha wonti ase kra mesere se oba ensabon de wo se obu nsa ne mom no yaw na ewo mu no ena wo so no gi fast na eyi yaw no fi ho edema na onya ofa hudie mesra se wo yoba na ohweme na onsabon no emayi 1 month obu nsa prensa ana month e wo mu awa obebu nsan ene date ya ne no me pato 13 so obu nsa wie pe obesa ana eba na obe ebesa be me se bia 15th na jump akọ 17th ne nya na ade ha adwen panti mesra wo se ma onsa enka gifas na emwa na ema ne mra kama emfa ma eno tins no obu abosom ye wo obu nsa wie a yise bia next 5 months bi kura chikra ansa na wo sa bu nsa biem eba se ha adwen panti mesra wo se ma onsa enka gifas na emwa ema bia enko kama emfa ma pa na de chen se wo yo ba na hweme wonya tenka ohu watenka tiara oba bi kwa de se oba wiase ane no onyini du ne mpeni mfie so a ne mema sha se di mpa so agro no ne ho ma da ne ho san ne da ha dwen pa wo oba besia na uti asasi so na o se me de me ho san ne me de me ho ma da e ba se ha dwen pa mesra wo se ma onsanka gifas na mo e ma ho sisi ho so emfa ma oba ho entansa na wo no oba watenka ma no oba abro wan tempa papa enti mesra wo se ne no ma onsan enka gifas na mo e ma eno man koye kama emfa ma wo eno o che wa bi ho no de on ne ku di mpa so agro a ya nkwa na wote mpa so agudi ohoi dede nkote na woda wote sa wonte de na ya wo na wote mesra wo se ma onsan enka gifas na mo pa e ma no man koye emfa ma wo eno o che oba no bekunu bedi mpa so agro wie na enso wasan aba no e ha adwen pa be ma yi ntrekis nyina yi stars nyina wie o yi stars nyina wie ya chese asasa aba e ha adwen pa o yi nya na e won tim me be ho shatawale me be stone boy me be akufado sa kama e won tim sa osore ya ni na asane aba e ha adwen papa point mesrao se ma onsa enka e gifas na emwa e ma bia enkon ka kama emfa ema enwo chiro no mesrao pa wo ye be ma na ohwe me ene anumrei na wajuma ye won paso wo fam be ma sabio wona oba from paso sie na wo asane wo no e ma mpa wasam wo de bia me ka asem wo yi meso ye be ma na no oba kom paso na sa wo sane wo ntama e ma pe bon sam asam chen wo what you say enti mesra se ne no ma wonsa enka gifas mix na fa pick houses ne bi na emwo no ko ni paduam na emwo na ensieso ni paduam kama emfa ma wo ubegye na so badwuma pa 247 ube adwuma ne ye ama oba ma mo piafo e ma oba na nmu ase mi ro wa wie e ba se ha adwen o se wa wie e ha adwen pa enti mesra se ma wonsa enka gifas ne bi na oba ne nka se mi ro ma bre adan ubekume mi obi ba ubekume what you say enti mesra se be ma wonsa enka gifas ne mo pa na bibia enko e kama emfa ma be ma gonorrhea ntino ama nsansan de ma boso prekesen gonorrhea ama be ma ne fon gonorrhea nti ojun so bre pa gonorrhea nti ojun so tentem basa mesra se ne no ma wonsa enka gifas mixer and afa pickups ne mo pa obo tim so ojun so tentem dodo je se aso otikam so kosemara boya se yi mesi sa yana ha adwen pa Vincent my influence wa hom na bibia nko e kama pa na wo ya je about timpe ya na ade na be wo akufado me be wo bai ba omia me wo alankasha na say bisa wo osori ya na say ya wo ya about timpe se woni oba di mpaso agra ebra obu mu no asase say me bu mu abehwe agum di ade me wo ayi Messi Ronaldo anase President Mahama wo ho anase bia former President bai akufado ebi about timpe ya na and they buy me team bebre say na so be wan oh mimi de mimi hwe ni mu say me wo football player player be on dan anim pa say say na on do obi anim a wa won so player be Ronaldo on be yes no menye skamaska me fina onye famous okay na dani won so they say ya na wo ya wo dan ya wo team o man peni na onyandro he listen mami fancy. All right, just want to know. Obia ye bida, pan tia ni nyira. Daniel ye bida for tia. So we ya na se mesi atwe wo wura se mi mu no. Wo nya bida. Dani. That be bisa question. Wo nya bida.
Ya small boy, ye mo ha me.
0591228584. What's up messages for bra? Na yankin kan enfa mo na me more chunk of the time. Yeah. And do justice to it. Who say? Let's say who food they see. I know some calculated time. We are the now you own Robert Kasa Madiachi. It was as Robert Kasa. I was a Mingano saying.
Okay, that's good.
When you use me, we don't wear so me asu.
Sure. Na minim say o topic no obe my eye on to.
You be careful because you see once anopano
you are not kai me.
Yet you Osman, this is a serious case for the nation. Ade yapamo ba. So goalkeeper no that Ghana Premier League.
Yeah.
What the 3 man of the matches. What me go keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
I will go on Sports Stadium. That share the lives of Alberta money those players no chichi mo boss near the nyina under 20 Africa camper say Yakufo Nation tournament ya so on kwatena fie na division 2 goalkeeper mra na obi a on this season ni go awada MTN FA Cup matches me ni pe onu mo mra na onipa na ono da division 1 team a work keep 10 clean sheet no oni Premier League goalkeeper no kwatena fie Ghana under 20
bench players quite
before so you be remana wa sha ase no me hu ni say I was here protected boy no player no on say ogusi a young player ogusi a young player
you more club you more no ngasa dey
sanity
Premier League
but I'm for intelligent sorry I say and once you ogusi akra tina bi opportunity bit me sa ba ma no ntino I think say beka kra na enye very careful say be ya for no that
you bring mo Ghana enya sa de no
wala who say o pese o ka ama no what I say but we never say twumako but the way chiri ba no we say protect no
na the aba na ekura ni na the way chiri ba
on so osa what I say
e sha say say mfini na ache
osa
omo problem
mini player could do airport na e samani kofi so you put anko airport player could do airport
yes samate
that nice but is there times you know we are massaging things too much in our country
just man no crepa
no crepa bet gasebo Ghana
your problem
yeah Vincent enche obibia ukọ Real Madrid ade ba ko a impanyumfo within that team no is so unique about near say when they decide to move from one phase of their project to the other you suit the ruthless decision. They don't consider whatever situation they are in. They are always trying to move on from every situation they are in. When they decide say they will change the complexion of their team to a different format, they are always ruthless. When they are trying to upgrade the old Benabao to a new Benabao, listen, regardless of the cost, they invested. They are hoping say they will get returns are massive for the future. Regardless of the amount of money and paying for spending, and they were not concerned about the phase now taking their interest say going forward they are going to build something promising for the future. And finally the new Benabao is in now will be so amazed about how they invested within this project. And then again, so checking the goalkeeping department when they decided to move from the Saint to Kilo Navas to Chibu Kotuano, Obia to Muse. Instead of why and you Obia there, but when they decided to do it they decided to move systematically, regardless of the tiers you share, they always move step to the other. Now, the Carlo Ancelotti Javi Alonso issue, no, I believe that the end is near for the old man Carlo Ancelotti, the super winner. But the incoming now will be able to do Javi Alonso. Now, a coach Bakua, what check steps are taking, especially turning the never case within Leverkusen to the original Leverkusen. Watch like Claire say we one great coach for the future. But Vincent, 3 things be we a match for the Champions League. Every season, say about champions, they always match at the Champions League, trying to win and end their hunger. No, Real Madrid 1, FC Barcelona 2. Then Paris Saint-Germain. Now, see Paris there now. The reason why they cannot maintain a coach for more than 2 seasons is because of the Champions League. And then again, the reason why they decided, say, after investing on Christophe Galtier and Mauricio Pochettino and Neymar Nkoyeno, they decided to move on from these coaches and appointed a winner in the shape of Luis Enrique. Now, Enrique Bayern declared to Muse, or things are moving in favor of Paris Saint-Germain. They are developing a certain character, which means so we share team be our top crampona, and some fear at the side team no more. Clearly, they are trying to move and show how hungry they are within the Champions sport. And then again, the reason why Javi Hernandez Ninkomone collapse with one Laporta near say Javi say the squad is not good enough to play in the Champions League, but based on how Barca are craving for the Champions League title, no, Ukasa, you are not going to get the best from the hierarchy no response. Until finally, they needed to sacrifice their legend and appoint Obia no feels and the style of playing crying and unique to their game. No, but they appointed a win in the shape of Hansi Flick. Nah, so check Javi Alonso. So, Otumiba Real Madrid now. Listen, we call something a seasonal harvest. Now, Real Madrid, no, you can go there and harvest whatever domestic title, but you don't know you are not going to be mentioned. And so check your approach, Liverpool's never to free Champions League. They didn't show any character at all. That's my problem. If you are trying to come to the biggest club in terms of the Champions League, let's say once man show some glimpses, some character, if you push you say, respond there. It tells you say a big risk in and Real Madrid try to take it. Nah, check Madrid. They invested and trusted and also gambled on Zidane because before Zidane, he wasn't any known figure in terms of coaching in the Champions League fortress. But Oba no is successful. I agree, say maybe how they trusted and gambled on Zidane, no. Alonso can come also do that. But the question here say how Leverkusen responded, how Javi Alonso responded when he was knocked out in the two-legged affairs. Naturally, say he's having a lot of work to do. So Timba, Real Madrid now. I think that he's the legend of the club. Watch the class, were inheriting him from top-class coaches. But the fact of the matter is said, look, Real Madrid a Champions League mad. They can win 30, but every season they're always hungry for that title. I believe that looking at how Paris more invest on winners. Barca more invest on winners. You can try to gamble on Obia on your proven winner, but then again, a big risk. So I'm far. Quote now on a big platform, and you are going to enjoy the environment, the platform. And I believe that coming to and as back to Real Madrid, or making sure say or inherited that character now in the Champions League because you can't come there and win domestic titles and fail to win the creme de la creme in terms of European football. For me, or by a good note, but listen, the character I wasn't convinced how Bayern Munich get eliminated so easy, no. Because in league they are not mentioned Bayern Champions League. Actually, class only that character, no. You should build that before getting to Real Madrid standard. No. Now, away from that, the team they are very successful, Vicent. Based on the winning triangle. Now, the football winning triangle, no. Three entities, sir. It's making sure say a better augmented team to play at the highest level. And the winning triangle, no, the first one is the coach, second one the CEO, the third one is the sporting director. But the team they win title, and I say conquer the whole world. The credit will be equal to the CEO because of how we are willing to invest. The coach enjoy the legacy or the how winning their brand in the craft, no. But nipa baako and I say one sector within the triangle, and shall pay attention and call the sporting director role. Now, Vincent, the team will succeed in terms of balancing their books, in terms of going on the transfer market too. They step and make sure that they will bring in key, prima donnas to the team to be successful in the role of the sporting director. Indeed, the reason why Borussia Dortmund intimately lack quality every day near say time and Michael Zog FAD out, they brought in Sebastian Kell. And Otis Nasi, Otis Stretch Nasi to making sure say the roots now Michael Zog on his favor into every day as a sporting director. Dortmund are going to lack quality based on their project. No? And then again, team now Antonio Conte build the Simeone Inzaghi inherit no. Nipa are making sure so for me the base of that project no. Piero Silio. Sasi only making and I say sporting that making sure say obey proper recruitment. Obeko on the market, understand the situation of Inter Milan and went on the market and brought in players that will cater for the project. After the season, no, you say Antonio Conte dominates here, Yantimambo, Osilio Ding. But I believe that it's about time we start to give a lot of credit to sporting directors. The reason why Dan Ashworth, a movie or England, is having a very good legacy in terms of say, or bringing players go to a very good team. But let's come at Everson. Andrea Beta, opinion bakwa. Ever since I will take you over Atletico Madrid as a sporting director, no plus Luis and I say Lucho. Oman's man succeeded be, but so check it my friend say Diego Paulo Sumeni na. Oba Vicent. Maka several times say Paulo Sumeni We're building Atletico Madrid team several times. From Thibaut Courtois to Kokemu to Thomas Partey. Currently, he's building a new project at all. It tells you, say, he's having that strength and the nerves to build a very good project. But Papa Buano, in terms of how to get the proper phase of a new project altogether. Nah, oh yeah, find out because as now 4% taking signature no. Nah, the other is so unique near say. He is living with Atletico Madrid, almost building a German empire. Now, so check a German empire now. Elcholo air building now. Utimu say several players from Germany. And I say Argentina mum dominating within Atletico Madrid team no. Inti ucheki team within here. Obenya branch first Rodrigo Dipo, Korea, Julian Alvarez, Noah Molina. These are all guys in terms of saying building rapport in the national team colors for Argentina national team a very very key for them. Inti this time around, player oil creme de la creme ya branch friend say Antoine Griezmann. Now Griezmann in Payonforce after the season of move to MLS, they are targeting Paulo Dybala to come in and replace Abrante first Antoine Griezmann. Now for me, based on player profile, a perfect fit. But so check Dybala now. The reason why I quality no be answer who say after Palermo no or decided say obe move to a league. Ant-Man cater for the cream than the cream quality because we play back very very skillful. But the Italian league cannot contain or cope or allow you to enjoy that play no. Into that transfer decision, so we move you to and I said, oh my first say it no, hamper Brandon growth. But listen, what check out Brandon we are take away injuries. Your free role be the fantasy sister role. A role back why the man we are classical number 10 for or more nim criti, Fabregas or Zero Money or more I classify as fantasy sisters. And I branch first, Dybala and watch that clear say. So as a classical, traditional, old-fashioned number 10 of the Bama. In the for me, so check Antoine Griezmann or a hybrid, or as a second striker, so person as a classical number 10 of the Bama. In the for me, so check it, say a branch friend said, Griezmann is faded on so opted for. Paulo Dybala, I think say it's going to be a very good call for him, and I believe and hope say Oba. So check Italian game is so aggressive. Check Cholo game now, and so aggressive. I believe that they may be able to cater for an injury soon, but by that understanding, that Argentine empire now, El Cholo I think so he can fit him very well with that familiarity, and I think that replacing him is going to be a like for like transfer deal. And I believe that say go try is not going to be something good, and I say it's not going to be something bad at all for Atletico Madrid. But away from football, Vincent.
After Palermo, Dybala about Juventus,
yeah,
and after Juventus. AS Roma.
Yes.
And after AS Roma, he left the shores.
That's the Roma cry, yeah.
Of Italy. So this kind of flair player like Dybala,
okay,
playing in the Italian Serie A. You made in your statement that after Palermo, he
colleague and cater for equality. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
So after Palermo, it is Juventus, the same league.
Yeah.
So after Palermo. Liga and cater for qualities.
Yes.
It is the same league.
I'm trying to say, the right decision for him was say, we call Liga cater for on one person qualities. No?
And a one cosa.
Yes. Yes, the Catanaccio.
Okay.
And Antiman cater for on one casa quality now will be the name the jewel, no? Because they call him the jewel. Yeah. In the for me. So checking Italian game compared to El Cholo game now. Look in Nike. The same style. But building that Argentine empire idea back, I think it's familiarity can work for him to also succeed.
Okay.
Vincent, I think it's a video already. The basketball, Vincent.
Yeah.
SGA, Shea Gilgeous Alexander. You have a highlight name to us.
Pass up an open three, not going to pass up pretty much a contested three. Shea right down the lane, going through that Boston defense, gives us our first points of the day. Porzingis listed at 7-3. As SGA cut through the defense, and bodies on him, and he's still able to score using his strength. And one guy, so I'm just going to hold on to you. Wasn't able to hold on to Drew Holiday in no man's land, making 50 attempts a game. Most NBA teams, that's a special night for them. Shatters an NBA previous record is Hartenstein on the baseline. Shea just sort of feeling his way through the defense. Good steal, Jaylen Brown prone to turnovers. Shea the speed all the way to the cup, had the step on Tatum, counted in a foul. puts it on. He doesn't really, he stays low on this. He takes a little bump and still has the presence of mind to put it in the basket.
And the leading of SGA. Got space to work with. Now he tries to back down White, pulls up, White got the block, SGA, second effort, and SGA's got the first four to open up the third. Had it down to 6, back up to...
What's that? Shaki guy we are,
fantastic.
Now, at times when play be over, move to a certain team, that team cannot help him grow. Now, where guy Bakwa, of Canada, SG Alexander. Now, the quality no, unique. By this time, also win a ring, a championship. But the tenders team no, any team it's more augmented to compete with the top guys. But again, we are against the defending champions of the basketball, the Boston Celtics. Now, so check it, Konya, SG a cookie, Jason Tatum. It was obvious, say, he need to be coming, and I say, you need to come to the spotlight. Now, the reason why I discussed in some years, this season, we had tie with Jokic for the MVP run.
Okay.
The most valuable player for the regular season 2024-2025. Now, we check on my numbers now. Clearly, so check Jokic there. Only they did 3 times. In T. So I say on sign that's personality I mean the MVP no on but we check a branch first AJ Alexander. The points per game. Listen, I beat Joker. We check a point per game. The top one here more efficiency. But the second one 28.8 for the Joker, but 32.8 for AJ Alexander.
Fantastic.
Joker there is known for the triple double. In this over triple double news. They say we are not the Osha free kick any news. And no check here. 12.8 rebounds by 5.1, 10.4, and then 6.2. These are all factors I actually say. In terms of standard, the Everson, we don't compare the Joker. Based at Juma and the level of consistency, SGA for the past 5 seasons, actually say considered as part of the MVP this season are very good. Joker started in the dog. In 2014, when they drafted him, you can't draft there. That representing players now. From the colleges. No, I was saying, the video. They played a food commodity advert.
Hey,
yes.
Yeah, you not try. I say, video near the.
Yeah. No, if you say on your fast forward for now, he is now running the basketball. And one of the best players you can get within the game, one of the best centers in the game, the triple double master you can call him. In the for me there, we're bound and crafting to a point. Say, look, it is like the Mason Ronaldo argument. You know, when you are coming as younger, we struggle to penetrate. But I think that this season, when they consider the effort of this young guy, XG Alexander, how to making sure say I'll be helping the tenders to qualify to the playoffs. You know, it tells you say the man of Vincent is not going to be anything bad at all. And for me, Joker is some of the standard numbers in the Vincent, even average, or more triple double. It tells you he's a very good player. But look, to be able to give that confidence enough for a branch of friends, SG Alexander, and I think that look, Joker is there, but they should consider and also give it to a branch of friends. XG Alexander, because actually Claire said he's the man for the occasion. Only time, the tenders are needing something interesting, and to be able to dominate over the defending champions, some put a branch name on the spotlight. Look at numbers, make a lot of points and making sure say Obe hits about 30 against Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Krista posing is winning, and therefore more. And I think that. For now, or qualified to the playoffs, which is something good. And we're using smaller games to hit 10K points. Calvin Durant, or you see 381 games to hit 10K points, only 368.
368?
Yes, it tells you say,
less
or a very, very good player.
Durant,
yes, and for me, you give it to a brand friend, say, SG Alexander, very good player for the future. Or to me, drive it, one of the fastest shooters you can get in the game at Branton. This is a no. Kotoko. Eko Samra boy.
What? Mami Komra. Me ba now the Kotoko Samra boy no asoso. Robert.
Isn't.
Remember on chain na meet you part of the analysis.
Isn't me that's it. The UEFA Champions League now. For now the quarterfinals are set. And round of 16 needed the CC Chiribia, and I think a better quarter down Wabubu. The games itself no will be in the quarterfinals, and everyone's attention will be. But one thing we need to note about the Champions League is that anytime our Champions League never be a final and you no ya na new team only be done eje. That is Munich. And on the part of PSG, Aston Villa, Real Madrid and Arsenal, who say two teams that will be any bid out. You find Arsenal and then Paris Saint-Germain. And say anytime it goes there, say a new team next there. Then on this part you tip say Arsenal and PSG emubakona obeko final akwaje title. But in this competition there are always different dynamics. That one game make sure any this particular game here on this side. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan.
They repeated the 2010.
Yes. This season.
Milito.
Yes.
Okay, Milito.
Mechanical power. Listen, this season in the Champions League, team are defensively were so solid. Now, Ed saw the ball better than net in Inter Milan for team. Now, a record be Yababeto. Medova started from 2014. Atletico Madrid for the final in 14. 15 or maybe 16 they were there. Omo ball final on the bill. Real Madrid for they played the final in 2014. 15 or maybe 2016 they came back. Then you come to Manchester City. 2021 Okobo final. 22 and 23 they came back to the final again. Inter Milan 2023 listen. They played in the final. Even with my fan on 20, I mean, Real Madrid for recently 2022 on final. 2023 on 24 they came back to the final again. Then you talk about Manchester City 21 they were there. 2022 on 23 on mobile. Inter for no called the 2023 Champions League final. 2024 on so it is gradually heading towards the fact that say that history can repeat itself. Say going to the final, missing the next one, and playing well with a very good team, you can still make it into the next final game. Now listen, Marcus in Europe this season, for the past 2 or 3, Inter Milan a team back or more a complete team. Forget about history. Real Madrid for the back. Forget about form. Barca for the back. The team and the DNA is so complete. Now players no more team no individual or more performance no was through the brain. Inter Milan for you cannot take it away from them. And Sebano squad planning. Say you planning squad no. We koyen kofa we na efficiency ne performance no they but on for the same thing or more meshema. Inter Milan for no they are the best in that. Piero Ausilio and then Giuseppe Pepe Marotta. Listen, the Andrew now I come Manchester United. Near if it's a goal post in the area for Interphone, but they spotted Jan Soma and Omukofa and Baba that goal post. Now Makacha say in Europe this season. So Penkofa Muni fullback row no boy pa Inter Milan for no more. Dancer Dumfries, Federico Di Marco. And one thing about their team near say about tactical flexibility. Say your boss system we yan switching me we are they are very good. Until Federico Di Marco prayer or conchain. Sometimes the Alessandro Bastoni or center back and no left back. No matter the 4 back and still they are winning. You go to the midfield and you see Hakan Kalhanoglu, you go and see Henrik Mkhitaryan. These are players almost age but they are still giving consistent performances. Then you look at a player like Fratesi, Nicolo Barella. Listen, they have a complete team. Now do anymore. Lautaro Martinez. Any Marcus Thuram nebo. Omeya Mirana Meditere minimal ko Anatovic Ababiship. Inter Milan for no a very good team. Out of 10 games they've conceded just 2 goals. But they'll be playing against a team on also what power. Or shape goals in the baby Hurricane. The likes of Michael Olisemo, Jamal Musiala will be creating a lot just to make sure some Benya goals in the Biashe. Inter in the defense no mood and then no. Ekoko shia Bayern on say free scoring team. Look, it's really going to be an interesting game. Mihuni say wow be free hand no be qualify no. You are really going to be a threat for the title. And the Inter for no team go through over Bayern Munich. Then now they are cooking themselves to make sure say Omeba be snatch a title no ediako. Then you go to this side, Paris Saint-Germain, Aston Villa. I know I may come once I was sports premier and so. And your game, everybody should watch out for it. Because when it comes to the bench, the tactical bench, you know, listen, 2 Spaniards and a year, Jumano. The way Enrique for PSG, and then you get Unai Emery for Aston Villa. Omunyina is painful. And when it comes to familiarity of how I'll be able to say about game, no, it's going to be there. And you know, Emery Achesa, he's also a master in Europe. But not the Champions League now. The Europa. But this is the time for him to graduate, elevate himself to the level of the UEFA Champions League. Come there and perform. One year a bit fortunate because Aston Villa or Deba, any of the big teams are and Calberman go ahead straight away. Say onko compete. But some compare two teams, player to player, squad by squad. Isn't Aston Villa for know what it takes to challenge Paris Saint-Germain in this particular tie. And a 50-50 for anyone to qualify. And PSG for because if you get into the team, quality be a Paris for no one, Aston Villa for no can come out there to match it. Because now make the midfield of Vitinha, João Neves, and then Fabian Ruiz. Now listen, you've watched this midfield, and wuni mo muni na bo na omobono. Fato to Amadou Onana, Boubacar Kamara, ni Yuri Telemans, and tell me, say, PSG the far ahead, and it is almost a par. Then you go to the attack of Ousmane Dembele, Bradley Barcola, and then you talk about Kivita Kvaratskhelia. Aston Villa for no bema Marco Asensio. Bema Marcus Rashford, no mama Oli Watkins. Isn't BBN who are PSG for no bit Aston Villa for no. Saudi Gianluigi Donnarumma ba. So no emeda podium for my PSG. Almost bema Emi Martinez. At the end, Gianluigi Donnarumma award over Emi Martinez in football. And so Villa for no everything it takes to challenge Paris Saint-Germain in that particular game. And that is also going to be another interesting one. Barca for their form, it will take a miracle for Borussia Dortmund for to qualify over them.
What about when you bring recent performance in the Champions League?
Okay.
Aston Villa form.
Sir, can recent performance in the Champions League? Listen, you should also be quick enough to think about history.
Okay.
About history, so Aston Villa for so.
I don't say what team do or history no why but it do say more. I am a history no more.
Isn't if it was
so, on to me ride on that history to do what is needed.
Sure, you can talk about the current form, but don't forget, say Villa qualified for the top 8. PSG no new hope.
Okay.
Around 16 Liana PSG for an about game who Liverpool. Who knows? It could change in the next stage. But Villa for they've been consistent this season in the Champions League. About top 8 maybe. And right from there, they've been able to kakran no mababe remo quarter final.
On say PSG anya encounters with Bayern.
Yeah.
Barcelona, that kind of remontada they see, you know. Sure. Big clubs. Munyo mabubo of late when it comes to the Champions League. Villa no nyang kosa bracket. This current Villa we are talking about, not the history Villa we are talking about. When yang kosa bracket no of late, sa hit no of late no on fire. They were not from the PSG. Until about that night now, sure say no so wait me override it. Atia Aston Villa for no.
Listen, this is the Champions League. No matter form or Obi or Waji Champions League ni ba ebida. No that pedigree in the competition no betimi aba be ye ohun adwuma.
Okay.
Villa for no je omo Champions League no omo je no Munich. And this year ye born ohin. Munich biem na yesebo. And a lot of things will be falling in place for some of the teams. And I think Aston Villa for no can be. Men ka so omo ko yi PSG for no free straight up. But me say, what dream ya o say PSG for ko twa fa Villa so no so pe be tena. Get a popcorn and enjoy the game.
Mimi who say of late hit now. PSG form in the Champions League currently. And number Buano, I'm an override on Aston Villa or Crystal Palace, one and I bought EPM and see on tough.
And when I was a you, so be on the Crystal Palace more born and say, today they are playing in the top 8 and rocking shoulders with the likes of Paris.
Okay, you enjoy so much.
Champions League, you know, listen. At the about me who's in Bono is not only playing against the top teams.
Okay.
Sometimes your teams in the form but now swording. So team in the 2 years, that is where you know say you are progressing. Ocean Liverpool, that's okay. But this is another tough test for you. Anything I make you say, be Aston Villa match PSG boot for boot.
Me moon is a bear falla de PSG. We share for us home and away. Come me hono. And your match a cry.
And check.
Everybody's here.
Game remember. And I'll be very, very excited. Say me no me you know. Every game no free mama. Villa will go there and then make sure say omo be kwa koye omo no ma. And koye easy game and from Paris Saint-Germain.
This moon is a bear full.
They will grind it out. Listen. E be ye u free mu na o di moja e ko te say Atletico Madrid ni Real Madrid dey. Why about qualifying all the moja na be p. And that is going to be that encounter here. Arsenal for Madrid for there. Listen, when you look at the competition, Now we had a normal comuna and your game I person make one and baby. It's also another dicey one. But this year, listen, Maccabi be say Champions League a lot of superstitions it won't be. Until now no me be a story Chelsea Carlo Ancelotti akofa Jeremy De Leon. Akwa ketewa bi o wa academy nim anytime bia obeba be training with the senior team no. Now mo pay good luck into a difficult game in the Champions League. And oba bia o this hard ene be mo. Yes.
Cynthia.
And he came last week to train with the senior team and he has been able to give them that. And ade owura ne jedi. And okay, so I told you say after match day 5 and I'm ready for that 24 for the catcher said they will be in Munich. Now I'm for dinner them. And that is a routine. So onyahu say ade we me ya me timi ko we ne ya, he likes to do it over and over again. And this is the point where those kind of things will play to the advantages of teams. PSG for no call Anfield no mo ya ade bi. But no ya pon no mo yi Marquinhos free mu. And American captains Amba ne ma Ashraf Hakimi. Listen, Omojitum said this player is a guy of luck. And I call winning toss now my couple penalties no baby and a PSG fans and all and necessary BBR. And so they took Marquinhos off and they gave the captain's armband to Ashraf Hakimi. Why? Almost superstition no. They believe that say game no drew baby na say when the lead. No, Kojirem say may contest for a toss on Guardia, they will be able to win it. He won the toss for where they will play it and won the toss for them to play first again. That is Ashraf Hakimi. He comes with that kind of luck. Now, Vincent, who can you answer now? Who care about quality? Because your Hana club root coach, Ebekache say, "Nema mi wu ye no, okobo gamer, utimuko okoye no, mabina okoye man, or the Atalanta for no." But me catch say, so kutu ma mine mu bechi Aston Villa kran ko mbese na yina free. So at some point, Sanya man nso beba na wiye because opo ye no obi nso be ye na de. And so on the field, the quality comes to bear, and then you are able to get through. This year, it's really interesting. Quarterfinals, no stages near set, and so let's see how Anoma Besiako. Now another player in the Champions League, the road has ended for him, and I'm so sad about it. That is Jonathan David. So had a performance this season in the Champions League, and the Odiama leave for no France and very very nice. But the idea, the sad thing is that after this season, the contract will be on Sunday, and he will be a free agent to leave Lee Timon. So he leave for over the years, sir. A ban is in a department, young Pelbia, or you very good. Young Titino, near releasing it to a big team near you scam fan, they are very good in that. And anytime you play Biba Kwabantino, they go out there to establish themselves as one of the top players. And me found quite chirpy, and then as Asuna, Medovasha free. From Lee, he joined Chelsea Football Club. He was an attacker. Isn't the rest is history. Me was and then as in the Premier League. Over the past 10-15 years, the most exciting winger will be Premier League in then as said big games. Let's take the game to ourselves and play for our team. He went there and he did his best. But all Connolly for Skakakra, Eddie Mutimum, Asandi no May. Then you talk about Rafael Leao. Among phone himself Leao Kobo Lee Timonibi. But he passed through that system. And when it was time for him to leave, when they felt he was baked enough, Omotono the Nijiska, as I assume Kisho said, Omudia maintain team no Ashen no May. And now come Milana. Boys no me the big boys no. A woman say well he's not so serious about football. Obako ko bonyom kakra, obako ko raps no aba. But when Leo wants to play and when he's willing to play, he will give you extraordinary performances. He's also running the affairs at Milan team. Then the next person you talk about, isn't Victor Osimhen. And also from Lille, joining Napoli. And he took the Italian Serie A by storm. After Diego Armando Maradona in the 80s, this was the guy who led Napoli team to a title. And all corner, Omoje Kakra or almost answer the running or mutim. So we attackers in the free you can talk about the likes of Amadou Onana, almost pass it through Lee Timono. And the Premier League, one of the tough guys in here. Goalkeepers, you bring in Mike Maignan, another fantastic guy, also pass it through this particular system. But Vincent, the problem I've got with Jonathan David's DNA say he may leave, but leave for Bibia. How they've been able to, give him that opportunity to excel and become a top guy, leave for they are going to lose it all. Now, what will be and where will be the next destination for Abrante friends Jonathan David? Is it going to be the Premier League? Is it going to be Barcelona? which of the teams no na fa branti na omene na ayedwuma. So o kasa about Frankfurter, isn't Meka tell say mean two for second striker because over the years we've seen Sebastian Haller move and Ankoye. Yehun Lukajovic there, Amfa, a lot of them. Omu movie ayana Nkoye. But with Lee, so when you're attacker, when you're striker, isn't it's always good for you. I advise I'm the Chelsea for. This is a free agent, and consistently, Wama leave for numbers. Champions League no more team dominate. The only thing you need to do is to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Give this guy an opportunity in the Premier League. Give him a contract, and he will be there to play for Chelsea Football Club. So, when you qualify Champions League, no one there. Jonathan David may consider say Obaba born a bono at the Chelsea phone, and it's going to be a good business. So, when you're away for free, no one listen, that will be one of the best business. He's just 25. Okay. Most of them pay for 25 for the year. Munko Fanemra. Nicholas Jackson, they will compete and then they will learn from it. Now, no, me catch us. Drogba no ya there pa, but Torres no say Torres ni more no. He decided to up his game. And so if you have Jackson, get him someone he feels is better, and you get the best out of Nicholas Jackson. It is sad, so freely Yako for free there, but I think Chelsea and the other clubs can pounce on that. United for so Omakosis attack as Bebriaba still Omunya Shim free. This guy can also be an option for them and Oma Betimi Akoye their mom.
But I say, Mammy Cosman in China, I'm Rena Carmen Fan Osman. Mammy Tio.
Meras na Mamentia Ghana for him. Vincent, no one says quite natural do.
I'm up for the Modia. Yes,
minim dinty I was saying squad in
Cameroon, the Abba.
Who can Cameroon crowd ya? Or more ball against other opponents. But ye opponent you know more born air child in Madagascar. Or more in Adiaba.
That child in Yadia.
What I say?
To do the about.
And on Yadia, no, I didn't hear how those squad in the sea.
I will be there, Drew.
And you draw some.
Yeah, you didn't know the book.
And you draw some. Yeah, then you say. You see at the Babontia, Ghana for Becassa, Bibri or home. And I am free with time where I was at the concentrating or game no. Nay, the year debate about this winning butching we young free we say. Any idea? A man and saying squad nature. So what's the idea? A shall say later part of Ure friends Chris Wooten. Do to other band of on to us. Squad be by be an acabe and now you can't also be a bear 5 days be now squad number. But I don't think say best admire. I was a squad never night. Ghana for I was some can once. I mean him say that ya can't squad the once coach about one team catch say the Ghana for can no my player we are free. Me the never ship. Ghana for Becca Sabia, but I was say the coach the ban and the judgment. I was a bantem. Na Ghana for who players are who do idea moko. And you can say a cocoa yes bia, ye the place no see and a cabin out bia. I can't out here just say on body be a bed. Am I a money born bokra the lives of Egypt, money Cameroon, money or more money bono. Senegal for the Abba. I would miss Obia, Nigeria for the only the kind of provisional squad by, and the main one either, main one number. And the thing say, yeah, dinner they be a better than what I not a back when yes, Sacra Yasom for so will be piano. I wasn't kidding, Kedika Bajo might be Africa, say, Nanka Ghana for Shasa Casaka Samoa, near be the Funa, a study bed, a study bishop. So I think say, and ye fair to Ghanaians. Say you keep your squad, no. Now, ye Magana for who yen squad, ye dear bought in 2 World Cup qualified games. So check the last of Madagascar, Solomon Eba. Solomon Eba, or one Eba, me who play a paper beer or squad no more. I was say, and until the DC, who check a chart for now some Munya, or one old place of a bomb, ye know, boy, your one as ever. In their partner, and one would go forward team more. I was say a compare the them, I was say the DC crew for. No, it's like I said, or more finish a football no a yanko for Kuma Bidia. No, any question, yes, sir. I got national team Ghana for you. And to the message say, be a BBC bar. No, my Ghana for I sent them. Ghana for who say, when you any person must near from. And we will question be Safan one. I don't think that question is no be Sano. I am out to what I simply a view our squad. BBS sense in the thing say, any consider be a squad and shut them near small more, your bass way with your toe. That are none. The thing say, a idea was here and I come was.
But be at the day you be with them, ne yet to know.
Orama, news my métier, and your more brave. And me anything against the day I do into Roma and more brave. But I was saying, making sure say, Oba, so best as so on starting no sa position hono no this time around ye ni abre enti say hwe na say bia obetumi abo no amaye results ye hia dia fine or national or captain what I say and you feel so we bia obetna chire no obetumi support nkra na bebo no so dia fine so I just say and betumi abo but say bia oba na asako fine say bibiri dia ba dia I don't think say nkebe boy every and me hu so ye penny and watch our national team nim obetumi abo with this experience awanya wa gather national team obetumi dia garden kra no amotumi abo there are some level who how do Vincent and me and two for tiasie me support from behind na mama we mo heden we mo lead the attack no we mo abo na ma support mo ye first half ma che ma tna se tuom for se munye e ba na sa na Vincent obia na unya asam da ubon se obenyini na still heden ye omugu so to mo sa de fro Rojamela na Cameroon for sa friend na ko World Cup no o man friend because of say bia na onimbo ne boche obia o Cameroon kromonti e friend no o feel so oba the obesity boys ne be kasa the obesity motivated boys na chiro mo how mo fa so kura national team na kopimisa boys we ba no o de be boys ne muntini nyina ka ho bi enti o mo sa to mo sa friend 1990 so man be den e man be bo mo enti I don't say da be na o ti say for listen ya bebre so what I say but ye to ba ni wie no na ni pansia say o ka Morocco Vincent we are right say o ka because of late Morocco dominate African football Oka Egypt ya Vincent o ma ye bu Africa football bebre Nigeria nso Vincent mo Vincent Mauritania
easy what
you say
somewhere obosu nyina no we know them of something
ade bi no ma bi aka football kan kan ho kra no but omo na mo yon football yi enti no omo to ba no tena se check Mauritius onko Afcon ya men kan record bi Afcon mo onko World Cup da but what me asi sports facilities ahodo betimi contain national teams ni nyina community na kohwe listen dey be the example Africa say em say member e ka se montum so aba na men ko FIFA wan ebeto atia no obi ebeto ama no but ye dey ntisa ba ko pese betimi maintain ni yie na aba be standard ama ye e ho ye de ma ye enti fi se nke nipa kwan ko be we ne listen enya se juma o make sure say obeta ko aban yi na aban apɛ found o Vincent betimi di am maintain national stadiums ni nyina sa we atete krum ai bet atete krum na ye say obi si anti Vincent na ke ka say ye found at o betting found no na de be maintain stadiums Vincent ko misika ebinya me kai say ye be me bo voice fi ha ema peni bi ono atin say revenue authority e be ka say once ya implement no beginning of the year na middle of the year omunya 15 million Ghana cedis but ometa get 60 million at the end of the season okay
and all the two was betting tax when sika no wo hen fa hen no mo for di watem
what you say
omon kan say me kan say obo say
maybe bon voice we am na be catch say entire mama nya 15 million Ghana cedis mo target 60 million at the end of the season
wa bro mo ntwa bi
abro mo ntwa bi
nso mo ji say
enso what you say enso no improvisation omo ji ye no mo say ye ne to ye di maintain we na adwuma e ba be ye enka mo ti say sika we na nka kire say we na adwuma sa betting tax ni sika na ba be ye a enka Ghana ni bi no bi ani asem okrom ha
say obi omo disca no kwa o
aban so it's like previous government Vincent onya make us Ghana for won say ma minister minister dem senya the ACC region bia na say the sika we maintenance hard way complete ya enka ya wi ba bia ama nenka bia betuma bia sia kan but sika no yete ebesi atebesi ante ena sa ye hu ye sika chiri kwan okrum ase enti no ye besere se ene se boss aba no oma aban ti ase se nka no manifesto no mo se obeboa ne a maintenance culture how de be ye adwuma ye maintain national stadiums ni baba yara Accra Sports Stadium Cape Coast Sipon Sports Stadium na fe Aliu Muhammad Sports Stadium when the stadiums be Vincent I was here na eba na ebetumi bonus games wo biem and one I can say first year who so na 20 Afcon Vincent you stadium chaka esisi wo ye hu 3 4 enya papa ebetumi abon international games ntini okọ host wo di na ekọ host
ohina me ho
wo dana
Masa yo parks brutal yeah
sa oka park ya
ye do be ko ye ko bo
oka park ye wo bi park you ba stadium yeah what I say your park ba stadium nso e
okay
I bet me abo calf standard game wo ho category A match Chroma bedding see bet me host sa games no Chroma say and see atena e say enu nu ehun e sere na ka se Ghana football nation Ghana there ya je for AFCON ya host AFCON no Chroma and che bia 208 Vincent South Africa for take advantage e host 210 World Cup hwe facility some wo ye host I can 208 to Chroma say and che bia o and che bia 20 years mayo Vincent ye mu say and we say ye stadium say e ball ka si ye no de kakra kan for support me ye see na afahin where no ma bia Vincent I was say tena say na ye maintain national stadiums ni ye at least ye were four we there Vincent ya na modern day stadium esi ho baba yara Accra Sports Stadium Tamale Sipon e bia Cape Coast Vincent Cape Coast na nsin ya Professor Mess ne mbere so na nsin ya yo but financier about over $200 something million a year African games a kind of say African village yeah but my kokore cry team sabi Vincent I say what can be the atom what can it means carry what can be the atom it means carry a maintenance no be lesser amount Vincent a see new one a see we are near this as can maintenance no intimi hwesu na say
your problem
yeah also my first Vincent
Daniel mama ma kakra na room na me ko ayi so
na me ai somewhere
ka hwasem
mama nchi a wadra mani how foolish we pa o check his game where a dicey na me the day I believe in Ogum was that pressure na o release your man and Robert and me say what I saw and from there I believe in Ogum and says then on 10 any bad results cry and so check here the squad no I move to a point say what create a certain competition what the all by inside are able to play very well into look at camera issue by and look at the performance of Abrante Frederick Asarian and these are all things are very good into his mad coin go and look at the performance of Patrick Asido say Justice Beno look at the performance of Tini anytime he comes to the midfield in team menu is high flying the attacking third no something do could you know so but so check it I mean Minta gradually is trying to mature into the game but ko a venue Vincent so moving from Kumasi to Samraba it tells you say what cover a lot of distance papa and players no look
then the Samraba boy
Vincent my goodness into players look so obi ko baby na send results and ko ya factors be break home into factors na so we are fan now don't rush to judge players
sure
conditional players different Vincent we say quite no
yeah you see
but again o kwa face coach Vincent onye lose game since Christopher Ninba no what clear say apart from house of game no wa boy we played the Benny goals as one man lose it tells you say according to a venue a very very dicey for him and some rabbi no call no man last season it was a den and ever since even Zeus call no I say taking some spirit away from them but I believe that with Christopher Enim and how he trusted some players and he brought them in mama form nenya that good there but so check Manku Yele mo these are all guys you can step up for I mean some textbook no a dicey game but Kotoko love to at least get the 3 maximum points away it's going to be dicey by Vincent I trust in Ogum but then again the new form under Christopher Enin something good Abrante friends are worth the money free kick expert don't concede free kicks in dicey areas over hard in Vincent
o concede free kick e dicey areas e Dramani back punish show he's now with Summertex and mo Eko Nkai under his former coach Bibia Eko Nkai sa ma me for calls no kakra na yankweni ne mo ma mintia fifi ansa the sportsman no me chimfanchia emfa man ye pa fifi e wa kra wo hwe won na busuafo nyina hwe ne wife Linda and afis no obapa ntobia eye ne baba and afis no ne babe manso on ne nyina busuafo nyina omo hwe show no nti fifi ansa me fanchia emfa mo ye pa ma me fa course no kakra na yankoyanim frɛ na che wadwen we've discussed a lot I will show you so nti also frɛ na che wadwen e won sema won so woka ho 0591228584 hello good evening
good evening
your friend was na kasa free
but your friend is very good
me ba choma yeti we
Aston Villa, the name is Dallas Club. Hello.
Yate on katwa so kasa.
Because we do this time we PSG.
Okay.
PSG, Champions League.
Okay. You're so free out your dream. You're for next caller. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, next caller.
Hello, fine evening.
Good evening, Baby Okasafri. Me bacho me entio.
Ya me kan se jana yekia we President Mahama ka se we na jire wo fomu no.
David. Mama nkase adwin fo Mr. Wa nkase adwin fo Mr. Don't misquote the president. Why? Was he in Kainsem? And I say, Chese Ghana for no, ye wo short memories and all kind. One can say a dream of form. Once I did boy, ya, within a ina, you a few more sem. No, come once him. What did I saw? I mean, for next one, so. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening, your person, everything.
Yeah, I'm William Skojo. I'm calling from collaboration.
All right, William, let's listen to you.
Yeah, I want to ask about the Blaster match. When exactly is the date? And also about the ticket. Is it free or free gate or there will be ticket?
Okay, we will answer your questions. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Ask money your story. Okay, die everybody. So, San Fredisa. Young next one. So, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Baby Okasafri.
I'm the Oscar. I'm just from Washington.
You watch my NTO.
PSG, I'm very even my Aston Villa film. I'm Michelle Liverpool boy and easy. I'm be Aston Villa film.
Okay. Get us all free out your watching young this one. So, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Udini Baby Okasafri.
Me doing the Lampard, Kwaku Lampard, Mekasasi. Achem Kwabe.
Kwaku Lampard, NTO.
Aha. Every day, may I have fun, pa. Got before that small boy, but it's a bottle. I don't see any enemy. Oh, you're very good, pa. Yes, I say hi to because that's why you need 3 purpose here. And I don't know.
I know, credit.
And yet, by that boy, no say, yes, I see. And the no, the only non any matter, so business here. The difference one. The mamma and come up with me.
Okay. Irasi pa say offer watch your next one. So, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Your friend said Nakasafri.
Fabulous Baba Lagi, I say, Catafri Kumati Swami.
Swami, me bacho NTO.
The Martinez, my Pama Juma. The American say, the Martinez, Mapa, Sakra American say, the Blaster players, you know. So you near the World Cup, Omutia Bruce, whatever. The best from Omu this match, my now winning game, I can yampa my World Cup, so that Nanya Konya, the Ako. And I got also a best dress because, you know, the party corner, the day were from the best from yet Ababia, my country, now my organization on the Antico Park, you know, then for supporting a Rantian, they are never with my Koi, or the Amai.
Irasi say offer ya oba Jumadine so ya kono ya for next one wa ha. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Your friend say Nakasafri.
I'm the issue because I have to Accra.
Ishmael Yenjo.
Okay. If you look at movie ideas, you guys are.
Hello, Ishmael. Oh, Ishmael. Yeah. Ishmael San Fred, why? Young next one. So, hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your friend say Nakasafri.
The friend is Mohammed. The Kasati Malam Jansi.
You watch me NTO.
Me paso the program or Blaster. The national team no yes serious about training now, the budget no better. I'm claiming to be professional. but Yamana, yes, in the imagine. Ya first for that start of the training coach, I'm not to miss Yamana rules to go off with Japan. And to wait only Spain and I Germany could share. Or only Japan, the Massa Yamana. Okay. What does it? Born now, yeah, Bono. Who really are not to that Jama, what Jama, not nothing mentioned about Jama. You really that level of Yamama. Spain, I see what he did to me. After what cap as a near for near Sugama. It is now, yeah, Jama, after your international team, talking at it. Okay. The part of Mokan want him. Mate, Jamano wants some day, they be a Mecassa member if you meet him. Young could Diagro. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Your friends and Nakasafri. And a Catafratus. Udin say, Udin Farm, come into you. And so because in the marriage for me, I be a fan. Oh, okay. We are married this town. Yeah. Okay. The White Angels, Galacticus for their friend, young Conness one. So, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, next caller. Hello. Hello. Udin Babia Wokasa free. I'm in Mike Youngson because if you are Blukma. Mike, ain't you? About you, but because I flew me between a class of folk, but you, a class of folk, your tossing. Hearts of folk, at Tossumi and Sai. It doesn't mean that, but I feel a class of folk about your leg and why. Okay, phobia. Phobia never say that. Fantastic. Hearts of folk, no, young one as one. So, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Who did you make us free? But you're from your captain. Your captain, the NTO. But I feel you're married, but you're boy ready and one. That Jerry married for no, I didn't have a cofana. No magic. We are doing the practical matter for one of one. Not matter for your more movie. All right. Yeah, that's it. So, for your captain on the young corner one. So, hello, good evening. Good evening, Vincent. Yeah, fellas, Rajabniana. Hey, Vincent Rajabni. Hey, all the way. This is the more final. What more move you? Oh, Vincent, this is the way. See, my like match for cry. Inter, yeah, better forget Inter. Kasayam from Rajab. Bata, I may change. Was a final. Sir. Oh, yeah, better. Vincent, I'm a like. That what you risk I take the super wala improve. I didn't use any Sudan or group me akori. Yes, I just tell you that we kura still like Ghanaians we will hope they will go to me matter. What up we are of Baby BBC you visit. I want the money I will try Raja, I will try young one so. Hello, good evening. Yeah, go point why. Okay, if I say Akuntaphobia make a sobrecum. Akuntaphobia. Yanko point here also on Sadino. Akuntayango. Your mammy chair was here for you now. But you could say that Kotokone forever. Kotoko game, no. I'm on a summer text. I'm on a summer text. Aye. Make sure you say, summer Sekotoko Kabako pay. Oh, summer text. Ah, Besano, Kabako. Yeah. Now, the Champions League in the Summit, Bassa, near Ramadra, on the Kofana, Nasa Asho, Amami. That's open. Yes, how to focus, how to make it to Mate, open Classico, final. Aye, you for the enemy. You for the into officially, you for video or the mouth anyway. You for video, the mouth. Miss Mibas, anybody could be